I'm Becca Babcock with the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences here at Dalhousie, and I'm excited to ask Kriti and Jeremie about their programs. So Kriti, can you please tell me about your academic program here at Dal?
Yes, I am a fifth-year student enrolled at the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, and I'm pursuing a combined honors in political science and history.
And how did you find your way to that program?
So I have known for quite a long time that I wanted to do something in the humanities. I wanted to pursue the humanities, and history always stood out as especially appealing. While history was my primary, but I started experimenting with classics and gender and women's studies, and then eventually in political science, which stood out to me as super appealing and made me decide to make that my primary discipline. So yeah, I would say I had a concrete idea going into it, but I definitely left room to be inspired and change my course, which I think is, in hindsight now going into my fifth year, is probably a good thing that I left myself some room to change my path, even though I had a good idea. But
Jeremie, tell me about your program.
Yeah, so here at Dal, I'm attending the Fountain School of Performing Arts, and I'm doing an undergraduate in music. Specifically, I'm doing a concentration in composition. I've wanted to go into the program specifically. Well, back in 2021, before I went into the program, I was looking for a place that was near me. A place, because I grew up here in Nova Scotia all my life, and I didn't really have the funds or the money to go anywhere out of the province to study music. So Dal was naturally the place for me to go. And I really liked what my friends who also went to Dal, I had a lot of arts friends who went, and they told a lot of good things about their experiences over there. So I thought to myself, well, all right, I heard such wonderful things from them, I might as well give it a shot myself.
Do you remember some of the things that they told you about Dal?
What did they tell me? They told me a lot about their relationships with their professors and kind of the projects they got up to doing. I saw, for example, sometimes on their social media pages, they would just post pictures of their work processes behind the scenes. Like, for example, my theater students would post behind the scenes, putting on their makeup or running scripts and everything, or my musician friends would show their scores and everything. And just kind of seeing that process thing go down, that was really interesting for me, because it's like, oh wow, they're doing all this cool stuff and it's really a labor of love going up to the final product. And then I thought to myself, that would really be interesting for myself to kind of be a part of as well.
What is the best thing about the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at Dal?
I believe that the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, with its wide range of departments, I feel that the departments offer so many complementary combinations of things that students can study together, which is definitely part of the appeal for me. A lot of my friends, a lot of my peers are in mixed programs. They're doing all sorts of weird combinations of what they like, and I think that speaks very much to the learning experience at FASS, where I feel like you don't have to give up on your creative learning. The combination offered by FASS departments allows students to really come through as their best and focus on different aspects of learning. My own combination of history and political science, I feel, is very complementary, and I don't think I would be the same student if I didn't pursue courses in both, because I feel like history allows me to study societies and people more, and then political science will allow me to study governance more. And I just the way that both disciplines address how societies sustain themselves gives me a very refreshing perspective, which I believe FASS has made possible. And apart from that, I feel like it's just such a large community. It's one of the bigger faculties we have on campus here, and it's definitely easy to slip in and find your space here.
And what is the best thing about the Fountain School of Performing Arts?
What I particularly like about the Fountain School is that I think it's kind of similar to what you're speaking to, in that you're definitely placed in your particular discipline. For me, myself, I'm a composer at the Fountain School. It's what I do. but there's so many opportunities to kind of branch out and do everything on the side. If you're self-motivated to really explore what you can do and just see what fits for you, what might not fit for you, and just really discover what colors might lie beyond your own personal program, I think the Fountain School is really good at doing that for you. Just because you might be a singer, just because you might be a performance major or what have you, there's always an opportunity at the Fountain School, I find, for people to collaborate and to really utilize what you're doing and recontextualize it somewhere else.
Thinking about students who are just applying to schools right now, why should they choose the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at Dalhousie?
I think Dalhousie, just as a university as well, and then the faculty as kind of a level down into the specification, is a great place to be, because the campus community that we have here is almost like a microcosm within the city of Halifax. So we not only have a very large and diverse campus which offers different learning environments, but there's also, like I said, a place for you to really belong. And I feel that the faculty and the university in general as well makes it very easy to also explore who you are academically, but also outside the classroom, which I would say is a very important part of your university experience. It's kind of also learning who you are outside of being a student. And that's very easy to do here at Dalhousie and at the faculty, because if you have hobbies, if you have creative, like I was talking about creative learning earlier, if you have any creative inclinations, those are all things that there is more than ample opportunity to develop and explore here. The faculty, more specifically, like I said, with courses, just the diversity of courses here and how complementary they can turn out, I think the faculty here is absolutely amazing. I find myself looking forward to each semester with renewed enthusiasm, because every course is different. Every course is very representative of the professor that is teaching. They design it very different. All the courses have something new to look forward to. I know it's not going to be the same every time. Even every class is going to be different from each other, the last one. So definitely lots of different kinds of learning that can be that is offered here, and that you can really grow into and grow from. So
Why should students apply to the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences at Dalhousie?
If you're at a point in your life where, just like I was, honestly, I speak from my own experience here, where you're curious about, you know where you stand creatively, you know what you like, you know what you're good at, say for example in the arts or in other adjacent streams, but also at the same time you feel like there's more to discover about yourself in that respect, but you don't exactly know how to go about it on your own. I think the faculty here really has a way of bringing out that best side of you, because working with all these professors here who have helped nurture my creative voice and helped me refine what I have to say as an artist and as a musician, as well as working with all these other people my classmates who I've had the wonderful chance to meet. They've presented ideas, perspectives, and ways of going about things that I never would have thought on myself. And for me, myself, I've discovered the value of process, not only process on your own, but process with other people. And in this environment here at Dalhousie, I think this process here has helped really nurture and enrich what I do as an artist. And that's the thing about working with people who come from all around into one tiny place for the same purpose here, that is to nurture their own voices as well. That's what everyone's here to do. So when you're working in that type of tight-knit group, sparks fly really at that point, and you really start to come up with some really wonderful breakthroughs, just personally and in your community, I think.
Outside of your classes, what is your favorite thing about Dalhousie?
For me, it would definitely have to be the seemingly infinite combination of campus clubs and societies that we have here at Dal. I think it would not be an overstatement to say that if you can think of a hobby, we probably have a corresponding society for it, or a campus club or a community. So really, it's going off of my point of it's really easy to explore who you are outside of being a student at Dalhousie, and you'll find many places that are ready to welcome you and hold on to you into whatever your interests are, whatever hobbies you pursue in your own time, whatever you do outside of being a student. Without a doubt, when I look back on my university, it will be those moments, and unfortunately not my classes that I remember. But yeah, that will be my favorite.
What's your favorite thing about Dalhousie outside of classes?
Well, I can say particularly for me, what I do at the Fountain School, there's a lot of great facilities and places to do what you want. Like for example, at the clubs, there's a lot of opportunity to hold events, or to practice. For example, for me personally, I'd say for me, I do a lot of rehearsing as a musician, and I do a lot of tiny little conferences as well. And there's a lot of support in that respect. There's a lot of unions and societies around here that if you want to throw a project or if you want to present an event, there are lots of people around here who are willing to listen to your voice and to help bring that project to life. And so there are people here that are really willing to support you if you have an idea to present to them. It's a community, really. And so I think that it's really encouraging, because it's tough to do things on your own, but there's always someone around here, I think, that's willing to back you up in that respect.
Thank you both so much for talking about your programs at Dalhousie. So do you think that students should apply to a program here?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been one of the most formative experiences of my life, and I can't recommend it more.
Yeah, honestly for me myself, I'll be quite honest, when I was in a spot of a little bit of uncertainty going into Dalhousie, I didn't know whether or not I was going to find the answers I needed. I didn't know whether this was exactly the right fit for me, so I kind of crossed my fingers and made the leap. But 3 years in, about to complete my 4th year, I can say that I'm really, really happy that I did. Dalhousie has offered a lot of unexpected twists, really, for my own creative journey. And there's been so much support and so many people here along the way that have helped support me and nurture what I do. And so I think there's really something for you, uniquely for you, here at Dalhousie as well, particularly at the Fountain School if you're aiming to go there.
Kriti and Jeremie, thank you so much, and the rest of you will see you when you get here.